I want to talk about a few things I changed. The first thing I changed is I noticed that I made a mistake here. When you have a Fn plus Fg, because you didn't specify the magnitude, you have to say Fn equal negative Fg. And what happens is that negative 9.8 cancels out with a negative, getting a positive, which is 120. Okay, so that's what really happened. Um, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I did not specify the direction of the shenanigans when you add it all up. Why is that important? Because a lot of textbook I looked at skipped this step, and it confused me sometimes. Long time ago, it doesn't confuse me anymore. It's actually kind of basic now, but back then it did. And what does that mean? It's just a negative positive thing, but it means that when I write T1, it means the magnitude of it. And if you write over here, I mean this over here. Sometimes ft even is the magnitude. They don't really differentiate with it. Some textbooks. Um, I decided to do it just because it might look cleaner. So what? And if the magnitude is negative, it means that the initial position of the arrow is over here. Like if you put this arrow over here, it still works. It's just gonna get a negative magnitude, which means you got the direction wrong, and that's pretty much it. So over here, we start with x direction, and then we go to y direction, uh, and then we get the final formula over here and get these two numbers. Yeah, that's what I did. But I got rid of so I implied the magnitude over here with the absolute value over here. Basically, that's what I did. Oh, I also added a direction over here because a cross product has a direction as soon as you cross it. It doesn't show up often, but I mean, it does show up. It's very important later on. But I use my right hand rule to get I, which you learn from calculus. So I'm not going to reteach that over here. Go back to calculus. Over here, it's very interesting. This is a geometric proof. So you go from over here where we do 90 minus alpha equal the angle A B D. And now we know that to full triangles, I know use that. 180 minus theta minus 90 over here, which if you use algebra, you get alpha equal theta. And in that sense, this time I just said magnitude internal over here to show off the magnitude. Really, it's much easier this way. So that's pretty much all I did. So I'm starting to do friction. We'll clean this up, and then we'll start to move. As you know, we have to clean this up, and then we'll go on to density, which is a little bit interesting, a little bit of a painful. Yeah, this is technically not true. I mean, this is technically true. Uh, do I like that definition? Well, I mean, that is a definition that's right, but usually that's not used unless you're using fluid mechanics, which even then it's not really used. It's used sometimes, actually. I need to figure that out. I don't know when it's used, actually, I forget. We'll see how that turns out. We're going to stop here.